David, do the thing. Awesome. Hey guys, it's David Lugo here with the Ocalian Knights. I hope that you guys are excited for today's episode. I hope that you guys learn a lot about Ocalia, where our party is eventually going to go, and kind of why we're all here. So I'd love to start with a little bit of introductions. We are going to start at the end of the table with Mr. Greg. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Greg, and I'm from Ocala. My name is Greg. I'm from Ocala, the land of Ocalia. I work for the city, and tonight I'll be playing Cricket Fiddler, a fairy druid from the Feywild.
Fantastic. We're going to get into the Fae today, and I'm really excited to introduce that world to you guys. You guys should enjoy our interactions.
I'm excited.
Me too, man. So we'll go right next to him, to the red, orange-haired dude.
Hi, my name is Darian, and I am the owner of Canine Fit Club of Central Florida. I also am a veterinary nurse, and I also run the art army of Ocala. So lots of different hats that I wear on this wild mop of mine. My character is a friend to all the animals and a bard. No, hippie. Yeah, that's.
Absolutely love it. We love E on the show. We're very excited for her adventure today. And sitting right next to her is Chris. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Chris. I am new to Ocala. I've only been here for a few months. I own a couple of different businesses, mostly a software investment company. And then decided to play. I play a giant. Am I supposed to say who I play right now?
Sure. Heck yeah, get into
I'm
it.
going to play a giant lion guy tonight, whose name is Edral.
Yeah.
Very,
like kitties.
Very cool character. I'm excited to introduce him to you guys in just a little while. We're going to go to the end of the table with another new face to the Ocalian Knights, Nico.
I am Nico. I am the head councilman of Valiandor, Ocala's best full contact home fighting group.
Woo!
I wear all this stuff. I will be playing, technically myself, my LARP character, Nicholas Oscar, who is a human paladin.
Heck yeah. And if you can notice a little bit of dampness on several of our players, that is because they were experiencing the joys of LARP just moments ago. Footage coming shortly, so be prepared for that a little bit later. You have to stick through some of our narrative before you get to the action. And then sitting right next to him is Sully.
I'm Sully in the real world, Finn Bauer in the D&D world, a fallen Aasimar paladin. Looking to overcome her deep, dark, shady past by bringing peace, joy, love, and all good things to the world by making absolutely everybody happy.
Oh, we love it. We love it. Definitely a fan favorite, Ben Bauer. We're excited to get into a little bit of Ben's backstory today. And next to him, our executive producer and owner of Zeneration Media, Ryan Mace.
Hi guys, it's me, Ryan Mace. We're here in the new studio, which did not take an entire week to put together, which was fantastic. I am also here with a broken thumb. Not really. Thank you, Nico.
Yay.
It's not my fault.
Every time I fight him, I swear to
It's not
God,
my fault.
always the left. Always the left one. It was awesome though. You guys are gonna see it. You're gonna watch the thumb go.
You learned to block better when being issue.
I bought gloves so it wouldn't be an issue. But we're gonna have a good time tonight. We've got some new things in store. Don't mind the fans on the computers. That part.
Yeah, sure enough. So we do apologize if you guys picked that up. But the reason why the computers are working so hard is because we are running our first adventure with something called Tailspire. It is a program that allows you to super immerse yourself in the Dungeons and Dragons worlds that we as dungeon masters create, or map makers around the world take the time and effort and energy into building these super intricate maps. That is actually what we did for our adventure today. Is we pieced together some amazing map artists' materials, and we are very excited to show you guys what that looks like a little bit later. So we hope to master this program, Tailspire, so you'll be able to see all of your favorite characters. They're minifigures that they created on Hero Forge, kind of implanted directly into our game, into the map that we created with this kind of stitch work of piecing together people's maps, which is freaking incredible.
We've made it out of the 50s and are now in color.
Yes, very legitimately very, very cool. I'm excited to show you guys what we have in store for you on the Tailspire side. But a little bit about today's adventure. We did something called a Session 0 a couple weeks ago, where all of us sat down as a group and kind of discussed the world of Ocalia and where we saw ourselves and kind of how we grew up. And I took that information and I went ham nuggets. And I built what I think is a very fun world. And we're going to get into that today. Anyone have any piece of information they'd like to bring to the announcement side of the table?
Yes.
Yes.
I got everyone bracelets.
We love swag.
Oh, that's sweet.
All right,
Sick
and
bracelets.
thank you so much. And these are
Wow.
Valiandor official bracelets.
Yeah, I meant to do this during my intro, but
Nice. Go ahead, toss it. I got you.
money.
You know, I got you a gift
Like a
too.
beauty
These are
guru
some
or
special
that.
Valiandor set dice.
Oh, wonderful!
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
Wonderful.
They are not cursed or anything.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll just wave a dead chicken.
Model.
Over. It'll be fine.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
They work perfectly fine, and I have never. They did not roll 5 natural ones out of 13 rolls.
Ocalian Knights swag coming soon to a Valiandor event near you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So guys, for today's game and every game going forward, for as long as you remain with this, you are allowed 1 free inspiration every adventure.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I'll lose this.
Well, then you won't.
Wait.
You will,
If we just wear it?
if you wear it to a Ocalian Knights adventure, and it is on screen with you, you get an inspiration automatically for the start.
And what if I steal
However you acquire,
However you acquire.
however many I can wear? Is that how many inspiration?
We're all gonna come in with black eyes, and Sully's gonna have like 6 of them.
I love it.
I do
But
have them every Sunday.
I'm gonna make.
I'll give you an extra one if you come on Sunday.
I'm gonna make. Ooh,
Don't threaten me with a good
you
time.
Can get more. All right, so I'm gonna make a ongoing rule. When you use it on the specific day you use it, you must turn it into me. If I collect one from every player in one game, I get to kill a character.
I like it.
Let's put it to a vote.
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
It's not so much, David.
Okay, all right, I understand.
That is an interesting thought. And
Okay. Any other amazing pieces? Thank you very much, Nico. I appreciate Valiandor and all of those people. Now, they participate every Sunday from 11 a.m. till about 4 p.m. And you don't need to bring any gear. You don't need to go out and purchase anything. Wear athletic clothing. Show up. Find Nico. Find Marcy. Links to their Ocalian page will be, or a Valiandor page will be in the things below. And go see them. Sign a waiver and have a whole bunch of fun playing Wacky Bats. Very, very fun
It's
time.
free.
Yeah.
It's free. You don't have to do
Absolutely.
anything but show
Bopper
up.
bats.
That's it.
Very
I love
cool.
boppers.
Yeah.
You pay with your body.
Free besides the hospital bill.
That's what the waivers are for.
Absolutely. Any other pieces of information? Anybody have anything fun going on now that we have people watching that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I mean, Santa Claus, but that's
I'd
kind
love to talk about Santa Paws. Tell
Really?
those people about Santa
Santa
Paws.
Paws. Santa Paws is an annual event where Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus come to have photographs taken by a professional photographer with your pet. All that is asked is that you bring a donation of dog food or some cash, and all the proceeds go to Marion County Humane Society. It's an awesome event. Wednesday night, December 15th at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion from 5 to 9.
Oh, love it. Thank you so very much. If you have a pet, check this out. It's a very, very cute thing. Things like this happen in Ocala all the time. So if you're watching and you're not from Ocala, this is like a move here. We got really cool stuff over here.
Get 'em all.
So the reason why I asked you guys for multiple times to see if you had any announcements is because I have a pretty big announcement.
Oh, yeah.
And this is for you guys at home as well as us. Ocalian Knights are planning a 2023 cruise. Yeah. So we are going to commandeer a boat that is heading to the Bahamas legally and through tickets and groups and whatnot. And we are going to have D&D sessions on the cruise. We're going to invite dungeon masters. We're going to create an ongoing world or campaign. And every day we'll add more and more fun to the D&D world. We're going to plan on having some paint nights, some character development, some world building, all the while filming crazy cool content for our channel and for anyone else's channel who wants to grow their Dungeons and Dragons community based out of Ocala. Not just for Ocala people, but it is specifically for our people. So we'll be letting you guys know about pricing and dates as soon as we know them. But we wanted to let you guys know as early as possible as we were thinking about it so that we could get some feedback. Where do you guys want to go? What do you want to see on the ship? And what kind of adventures might you be interested in? So write in the comments. Let us know if that's something you might be interested in. We would love the feedback.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Very, very cool. Yeah,
I got a pirate-themed one-shot in my head already.
Yeah.
One shot. I'm gonna need you to stretch that out to 7 seconds.
7 sessions. Great. You're on a all right. So long as my Dungeon Master screen is poolside, with a little cocktail, I'm there.
I saw an amphitheater.
Greg's poolside Dungeons and Dragons session. It's all coming to me already, kids. It's gonna be fun.
Yep. So let us know in the comments, and we'll get back to you guys as soon as we know some more information. Now I think we are ready to get into today's game. So if we could
My body is ready.
find the proper energy, and there are very few occasions where everyone in Ocalia is relaxed and celebrating together. One such occasion every year is the Rainbow Festival. The sky is filled with impossible colors, and night never seems to fully set in. All across Ocalia, from the southernmost part of the shimmering waters of Silver Spring to the north, the colors can be seen from anywhere in Ocalia. But the lights are said to be the most beautiful in a small town located just beyond the winding waters of Silver Springs. Ocalians from all over travel to Silver Springs to witness the localized phenomenon known as the Crossing. The Crossing is a magical event where the Fey world and ours become one, where travelers from beyond our world for one night get to visit. Those travelers are bound by the sacred laws to return once the lights fade or become outcasts here in Ocalia. Although many have chosen not to return to the Fey for one reason or another, most abide by the rules and return home. Travelers left over from the Crossing are commonly known as Crossers. Crossers have made themselves permanent members of society and now live by the Ocalian way of life. Those who have witnessed the Crossing in person speak of a harmonious time where Fey creatures and Ocalians are one. No one knows why the Crossing happens on this particular day, at this particular time, in this particular area, but everyone celebrates nonetheless. Ocalia residents all travel by boat or raft to a small town called the Shores, just east of the winding waters, to meet and share stories with Fey. The shores are packed with Ocalian citizens as the sun begins to set. Instead of being greeted by darkness and moonlight, the skies are taken over by a rainbow of the most beautiful colors. Purples and greens are smashed together, neither taking ownership of the dominant color. Rays of blue and pink shine from an almost impossibly centered point in the sky. This is where the Crossing begins. As if they had been standing there the whole time, centaurs, satyrs, fairy, dryad, all sorts of fantastic creatures from beyond the veil find themselves face to face with Ocalian citizens. Drum circles, taverns, fire pits, and laughter can be heard, felt, and experienced as the night goes on. We fade through the forest of Silver Springs. And as the camera zooms in, you can see a partition between some of the forest and the Fey world beyond. Where the trees in the forest here in Ocalia are straight, the ones beyond are curved and almost lifelike as they move. You can see small, imp-like creatures sitting up on top, peering through the veil. As they are startled, the camera goes down through the portal and into the Feyworld, and you see a group of gnomes, fairies, talking joyfully about the crossing and how the portals are open. Hey, how's it going, man?
Gathering night, we're ready for gathering night. Come on, guys, let's get it going.
Oh man, I just love your energy, man.
It's the night. We've been preparing for this the whole time. We got the wares ready. We got wood going. We got the figure to present. And like Cricket kind of looks back, like, you know, leading the whole guild and everything.
Sure.
And what's like behind them is like obviously like this big gigantic structure that they've been building all year. Like it's like this big artistic creation. He's like, man, Big Wooden Man is ready. And like their entire like guild is like already like as a procession ready to go through, presenting this big thing which they know is going to be the centerpiece of the entire gathering that everybody's going to like be around. And they know they're going to present that, which will probably be, there will be some kind of ritual around it which will bring that energy and kind of like be a highlight for the gathering.
Sure.
And that's like the whole purpose of their guild, the big thing they work on every year for this month.
Love it, love it, love it. The person that you're talking to is a kind of taller fairy. He's kind of floating in the air. And he's kind of, although unnecessary, he's holding open the kind of tear for the group to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach, he kind of lets you know, well, I won't be joining you this time, man. So take after the group and make sure everybody gets back safe.
What, with me?
Yeah.
Me?
I mean,
No, you're the guy. You're the guy. You're the guy.
But I can't, man.
I mean,
Look, you've been working really hard, and you've been doing what you can, man.
hold on now. You're doing me a heck of a concern. You put me on the spot here. I can't leave. Look up. You helped build all this. This is you, man. Come on.
I've done crossed you many times, man, and I just got to stay here and make sure that our force is okay. I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
Ready.
Well, let's just trust in Zixie.
Dixie's
Yeah, just whenever you're in doubt, remember Zixie,
she'll always lead us home.
and just remember to look for her when you're in doubt.
All right, Ramblers. Let's go.
Awesome.
And like, Cricket kind of like amps himself up a little bit. And then like he floats up in his big like sparkly fairy wings and he leads the way. And like behind him, like the whole drum session starts and everything.
Oh,
And the
right.
procession starts to go through.
And
gate.
somehow the beat that's in the center of town of the shores
Mhm.
matches in sync with the beat of the drummers coming through the portal as they are now looking at this super large town, large because of the amount of people that have gathered, not necessarily in structures and tall buildings, but very robust, moving town now. You roll a perception check for me, please.
We're going to go with the sparkly Cricket dice. First roll of this one. 10 on the dice plus perception 15.
Hells yeah. As the group is kind of parting down towards the town, you catch movement out of the corner of your eye, coming like deeper in from the forest.
Mhm.
You're now in charge and you're on it. You're looking in that direction. You're kind of watching, and you see these small, like fox squirrels, kind of boop, 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 and behind them you see a red kind of hair pop up and drop down, and then you catch the sound of music. And we'll zoom over to as you're watching this area, Cricket. We're going to zoom with the camera through the forest, past a couple trees, and right to some of the fox squirrels. If you could describe these fox squirrels to us.
They're absolutely beautiful, and they have big fluffy tails, and they're a little more slow moving than your normal squirrel, and they're larger like a fox, and much more stealthy like a fox. But they're super playful, just like the squirrels you probably have seen in your yard. And I'm hanging out with them because they are my brothers and sisters. They're my friends. They've been with me since I was just a wee gnome, and we speak in our special language. And I'm singing to them a special song that I made for them, and I'm playing my lute. And
Excellent. Oh, I love it. I love it.
they love it.
Go ahead and roll a performance check for me, please.
That'll be great. Ooh, 11 plus. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, the new thing.
Yeah, I know the new thing that I can't. sorry, it all changed on me. Oh, 15.
A 15, fantastic. As the music that you're singing pierces through the winds up to the band that's now playing coming through this portal, you see a gigantic light erupt from almost thin air, and it starts to be peeled and peeled and peeled. And you see this large amount of people start to turn, them looking much different than people that you've experienced here in Ocalia, if you've experienced any people at all. These are fairies and gnomes, but they're flying, and they have almost a glittery presence to them as they come out of this multicolored portal. Although very dark on this side, under the trees, not so dark in their forest.
Pretty.
And you see a gentleman flying up high up above everyone else, kind of taking count and looking around, who kind of catches your eye.
Sparkles, Druidcraft.
And
Like kind of just like adding the effects to the entire procession coming through. And then all of a sudden, like I just see him like stopping all of a sudden, like mid like and just like all of a sudden like hearing this noise.
Who
and like
are
drawn to
you?
something.
You're so sparkly. Hello, my name is.
He's just like stunned.
That's funny.
Reaches in his pocket. Like almost like stunned, reaches in his pocket and presents a wooden figure to her. This is obviously for you. And it's the letter E.
That's me. How did you know?
roll a perception check for me, Cricket.
That would be a 9.
A 9 total. Awesome. You don't notice it yet.
I'm just
I put it
like,
in my-
you have the most amazing voice. Who are these creatures? How do you sound so familiar to them? It's almost something I've heard before.
You've heard me before. You've heard me sing. You've heard.
I've heard
this
that song. What was that? What was that song? That was like I feel like everybody's just like kind of like the whole procession's going by at this point. And he's
Sure.
just like standing there, like supposed to be attending to some duties, but like just transfixed on this gnome and these little squirrels and everything rolling around.
I came into this world to sing for the little squirrel boy and girl, and now I sing for you because you like it too.
From behind him, there's more sparkles. Stunned look, but just like his mind is blown.
Oh, I love it. 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 So we're gonna zoom away from you guys for a couple moments, and we are going to head towards Nicholas Oscar. Nicholas Oscar. On a night like this, being an experienced person of battle, why would you find yourself at the crossing?
So I would see this being a moment of reprieve between battles. So to take a moment to reflect on the smaller things. You know, these wars that I fight in are important, but it's also important to remember people are what we're fighting for, and to see, you know, this gathering of people would really inspire me to continue to go onward.
Sure, absolutely love it. So there's a couple places that one might find themselves in the shores on a night like this. There are kind of Fey and Ocalian taverns that kind of are almost intermixing as they exist at the same time. You see centaurs hauling pitchers of beer. There's also a fire pit where there's a circle of musicians kind of drumming and singing. You can see kind of arcane energy kind of flowing up into the sky. And then there is a smaller fire pit where people are kind of huddled and sat down around one person who seems to be speaking to the group. It's kind of like a storyteller. Where would you find yourself on the first several moments, hours of the crossing happening?
Probably eating.
Eating, awesome. The best place to eat in a place like this is the Tavern. So we zoom over to the Tavern. And there are many different establishments that kind of pop up in this one tavern town. But the Fey version of this side of the world is obviously a lot more poppin', as the kids say. I don't know if the kids still say that. I don't think that they do.
Poppin', baby.
I don't think that they do. So you be there inside of the main tavern where you can smell the food being cooked and you can see people having a good old time. There is that's the one with the centaur I mentioned. It's kind of in the center of town, and there is a table kind of long towards the back where it looks like the food is kind of served in. And everywhere else, people seem to be scattered around, gambling, drinking, playing different games of sorts. So you find yourself to the back table to eat.
Yeah, I'd like to grab some food to go.
Sure.
I'd like to, take in the sights of everything that's going on. But I am hungry, so
Awesome.
I would love to eat something.
Yeah. So you head up to the bar. You see this kind of brown centaur dude kind of standing up tall. He's got a pike here. The pike's got like different kinds of meats all the way down. Kind of like what's this place here?
Ipanema?
Like Ipanema, absolutely. Kind of like Ipanema style.
Perfect.
And as you approach, he says, "Hey, what can I get for you?"
Those three on the top. Those sound great.
You have gold. What am I saying? Of course you do. You don't find yourself here if you're a shyster.
Yeah, for sure. I got money. How much money you need?
Well, fantastic. Oh, we'll settle up towards the end. And he tips down and he drops 3 of the meats onto a plate. He grabs a roll from underneath with his hoof and kind of pops it on the table for you. And then hands it over to you. Everything with his hands here and his hand up on the thing, he gets very maneuvering below, which is kind of strange, but you think it's maybe like a fake thing.
Very interesting.
Absolutely. And then he tells you kind of in the corner of the room is where you'll find yourself some room as you're kind of getting bumped at the table for people kind of moving around this tavern.
All right, so I guess I drop gold and whatever he asked for, grab the plate, and kind of move my way over to where you mentioned where it's a little more open.
Fantastic. And that reminds me, we haven't settled gold yet. Everyone roll a D100 and a D6.
And
You're going to times 90 by 4.
58 and 2.
what was that?
You're going to times your D6 by your amount of gold. By whatever the 10 says.
The 110 or the 100?
The 10. The D, if you have a D100,
Well,
and then
I rolled actually double 10, so I actually rolled 100.
Hells yeah, baby. So times that by whatever you rolled on your D6.
300 gold.
300 gold, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so much money.
It's not my fault.
Wait, is
what
there
you probably
ye old
think it
inflation?
Do you roll the inflation instead of an all-time
The value of the gold.
41.
It's that taper, man.
Absolutely.
I am a guild professional, and we sell highly sought after realms and highly sought after things in this realm.
Where is gold
In the realm.
that
Highly
is a
sought
great
after
question.
When you
things
go to your
in the realm.
inventory, it's right above that search bar on the right hand side.
Where is the gold
There's
in
a
this
search bar
non-sponsored
on the right-hand side.
That's what I'm looking at here. Look.
In inventory?
That's why I like
Yeah.
paper.
It's on the inventory slide, maybe.
See right in like that direction.
Okay. Oh, that little icon is
Yeah,
gold.
tiny icon is gold.
Interesting.
So if you guys are ever wondering,
Oh my god.
if you guys are ever wondering what the players are looking at a time like this, they are all subscribed to something called D&D Beyond. It is where you can build an entire adventure, build an entire character, and have a really good time.
and
Without
lose all your
having-
money on the Cyber Monday stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome, everybody.
Donating from Greg. Appreciate you.
Sponsor us, D&D Beyond. I know you said no in the email, but
No for now.
But think about it.
No for now.
Oh,
We're
is
coming
that-
for you, D&D Beyond.
Guys,
In the best
guys,
way
we look
possible.
desperate.
In the best way possible.
It added to my previously.
It's funny
used
'cause
table,
it's
so I have
sad.
to fix it.
And it's true. We are desperate.
I really hope in the edit he puts "I ain't too proud to beg" in there.
you have to
Because I will.
you have to be proud to beg.
I think no.
Pride. What is that?
Never heard.
Strange things.
So for point of reference, like how much would a night at an inn cost in gold in this world?
A gold maybe would get you a night.
One gold. Okay.
Maybe a couple nights at a particularly
So like a couple hundred
downtrodden-
gold, you're doing
Yeah, you're doing pretty
Pretty
damn
well.
You're doing pretty darn
Okay.
good. You're doing
We're
pretty darn good. Now,
so rich.
now
Are you
50
kidding?
now potions and whatnot are going to cost a significant amount depending on the town that you're in and their readily availableness. Up to 50 gold pieces.
Just
So
like-
it costs a
just like
single
modern health insurance.
There we go,
100%.
goes.
Yeah.
Health
Okay.
insurance?
Health and
You think they sell that to adventurers?
And like a magic item would cost you somewhere around 500 gold on the
Yeah.
low end, 1,000, maybe 1,500 on the high
Perfect. What about a plus
Great, thank you.
I bet
Plus
that there's
one
probably
arrow?
a really good market for
end.
adventure
Probably
and
like
health
45,
insurance.
50
I would
Yeah.
for one arrow.
Yeah,
Do you get to
that's gotta be
recover it?
competitive.
If
Yeah.
you could find it. Like let's say you missed with that arrow,
Uh-huh.
that would be very difficult.
Life insurance.
Are we all
Be
caught
bad.
up on gold?
Health
Cool.
insurance.
Sorry about that.
Health
I did
insurance would be
forget
great.
to add your guys' gold. And I think that's a cool little mechanic for you guys to enjoy throughout the beginning half because that
Money.
gold will go.
Money's a cool mechanic.
Absolutely. So Nico, as you find your plate of meats and your area for you to go, you can just choose to consume whatever you'd like there, or bag it up for a later time where you might need the sustenance as a fighter as yourself probably does, or paladin as yourself, if I meant fighting person. So roll a perception check for me while you're in the tavern, and tell me what you might be curious about as you're kind of either eating or waiting or standing around.
Currently, I'm looking very intently at my food.
Perfect.
I have a 3 on the die, perception 6.
Yeah, you really interested in your food. When you're done eating, we'll get back.
Sounds great.
Fantastic.
So good.
Now we are going to on the other side of the tavern. There is a gentleman, a Leonin, kind of in the corner, a kind of darker fur color. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's
Go
like
ahead.
I was thinking a brownish originally, but I'm
sure.
actually thinking it's gonna be like a purplish Merlot color.
Oh.
With like a really nice black mane. I'm sorry because you made the mini. I changed the color after you kind of made it.
Is it hard to change the color?
I already paid for it.
Well, it'll be fine. We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it.
Do it live.
Yeah,
Thanks, David.
and I'm a really big cat. I got like lots of big armor on. You can tell, but there is like a nice duster draped over it, like just like a cloth wanderers kind of like tunic. Top of it. I probably have my.
Excellent. And you're, I would imagine, somewhere kind of with an advantageous position in the tavern.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I would have like a plate of, I imagine sitting in like a corner table with like a plate of food that I'm kind of like picking off of, but I have my book and I got my pencil out and I'm just like scanning and listening for anything.
Wonderful. All right, roll me a perception check as you kind of gaze around the room.
Yeah, that's not great. 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of gambling going on. You peer in on a game that looks like it involves dice, and there's another one that involves some cards. And you see individuals as they lose, throw their hands up, and they take a drink. So there's a sort of an exchange of alcohol instead of a monetary exchange in some of these games. And you see a couple people kind of take several losses in a row, and then kind of lose it in the corner of the bar, kind of. And as you see the stuff, you can kind of see it change from Ocalia to Faye back into Ocalia before it smashes down. Just a weird mechanic in this world at the time. So what brings someone like you to a place like this?
Yeah, I'm just so stories, artifacts, relics. Fancy myself a collector of curiosities and oddities.
I love it. Would you care to share with us whether you've recovered them and sold them prior to now? Let us on some of the amazing finds you've had.
Oh, absolutely. Just some great things that you would only find in the world of Ocalia.
Okay.
Like a 1930s scuba helmet.
yeah, there's a weird scuba helmet. I don't know what it is. I'm using it as like a paperweight at my home. Somewhere else.
What's my spittoon?
I'm pretty big, I got a really big desk. I collect I would rather have items and artifacts. Sure. But if I can't get my hands on the artifacts by either paying for them or in some sort of fair compensation, I like to take stories from the owner of said items or anything like that. Or I try to go and do adventures to find those items. I'm all about the stories of those items and I try to collect them and figure out what those items are.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
Anything like that. Yeah.
Sure. Now, you know that during the crossing, people tend to show out as the Fey world will bring special items from home. Ocalians will bring special items from their homes to kind of show off, hey, this is the level of magic that's located here. And so you find yourself here, I mean, understandably so, as a collector of stories. This is literally the culmination of tons of different ages of people and information, and stories are readily available upon asking. But with that roll, you don't see much. You don't see much outside of what I've explained thus far. What would you like to do in this moment?
I would probably. I'm going to take it that in this general feeling of this tavern that I'm in, that there's not much to hear story-wise. There's no like interesting things to hear about. So I'd probably wander outside and go and visit the campfires and kind of see if there's any good stories being passed around.
Perfect. As you head out of the tavern, you hear the drumming from your right-hand side, and you hear the storytelling from your left. So you kind of hook this left, passing all sorts of different people. As you're passing people in the street, roll another perception check.
Let's use a different dice.
10.
We're getting places.
Whoever David's trying to get you on fine.
You hear the sound of like almost piercing through the night of somebody with a beautiful cadence to their voice. It's telling a fanciful story. As you head in that direction, we'll get back to you in just a moment. Where would you find yourself? I'm so sorry. My apologies. I read whatever. Ben, where would you find yourself on an evening like this?
I feel like it's probably not been that long of a time since the incident.
Foreshadow.
I feel like she's still kind of like getting her feet outside in like the outside world and trying to like figure out where she belongs. And she probably heard about crossing and she's interested in everybody was going, so she kind of followed the crowd, made her way over here. And now that she's here, she doesn't really know what to do with herself a little bit. I feel like maybe she went to get like a drink at the tavern, like what you probably just asked for like whatever's most popular. She's probably just got a beer and she's like stirring it, not really like drinking it, like takes a sip, she's like, it's disgusting.
But didn't put it down. That's all.
But didn't put it down. Because she's got a death grip on it
Sure,
right now.
almost
It's a comfort
definitely.
item.
White knuckles for sure.
Yeah.
Have you thought about leaving Ocalian and going to the Fae to get away, to escape?
That's interesting. Now I have. I think that, if she's like standing in the tavern still trying to like just eavesdropping a little, she's just kind of sitting there quietly by herself, just catching bits of conversation, starting to piece together what the event's about. And when she hears that there's this huge crossover, she kind of starts to think, that could work out pretty good for me. What have I got to lose? I got nothing going on over here. She's probably still kind of like sad and affected by everything that
Sure.
happened. So I think that she would probably go to at least investigate the sort of place where the line, the
Sure.
border.
Awesome. Roll while you're sitting and kind of eavesdropping. Go ahead and roll me a perception check in the tavern.
That is a 14.
A 14, excellent. Awesome. You are kind of, I don't know if drawn or actually looked at and called over, but there are two kind of larger dwarven gentlemen. They're sitting across the room, and they keep rolling dice and covering them, and then opening up their hands. And it either piques your interest or they call over to you.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if you would come over if they called you, but that's what you notice is they maybe they look up and they make eye contact with you. But do you go over to this group or do you stay where you are, kind of sitting in your chair and then leave?
I think that if they called to me, that
Sure.
I would come.
Awesome. So after a couple glances up, one of the dwarven goes. You see, kind of dripping from his beard. Lass, come this way. Come this way.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi. Can I help
Hi.
you?
Yeah. Well, I believe we can help you. You look like you haven't had a drink before.
Is it obvious?
It's painfully obvious.
Oh, okay. But I have had a drink because I have one.
I see. Now let's put that drinking to the test. And he takes 2d6 and he rolls them and covers them. And he looks at you, and you should roll 2d6 also, as his friend over on the table. On the table.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ooh. And now you cover them. Now
Why?
you say whether our combined amount is odd or even.
Okay. Even.
All right. So what's your number?
It's a 5 and a 3, 8.
8, and mine is a 5.
Okay.
That is a 13.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah.
So you drink.
Why?
That's the game. Prop wine bottle.
Prop.
As Ben takes a large gulp of this drink and slams it back down, and he says again,
Okay.
Cover them. Even.
Okay.
I have
It's
an
a
8.
6.
Aha, that's even.
Oh.
You drink.
That's me again. This is fun.
Net well versed
Now I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. It's an 11.
Oh no! As a bit of it comes back up
Oh.
and does the kind of changing from Fey world to human, and that might be the person that he saw vomit earlier. That's what I like to think happened. And that at that point, and you can choose to not be done. But at that point, I imagine you are now wandering and finding that kind of gap in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah? Perfecto. We'll get back to you in just a moment. As we zoom out and into a raft that is just parking outside of Silver Springs, and op hops a. Go ahead and describe yourself.
Piss. So I'm a very dark, kind of charcoaly looking guy. I got some like very dark hair with hints of like red flaming bits in it. And I've definitely got a bottle in one hand as I stumble onto the docks. This is it. I'm finally gonna see him. Do the thing I need to do. And right in the water.
Oh, perfect. Just for fun, let's go ahead and roll a dexterity save.
17.
Okay, perfect.
Actually, it's probably higher.
You
20.
You plop, belly flop, no damage outside of a little bit of hurt flesh, but you're fine. You hear
This is just my day, huh?
as the water quelches your hot stream.
Alright. Where? That way.
And you hear music, you hear laughter, you hear the drumming of beats. To your left-hand side, you can see a parade of fey creatures, kind of piling into the city. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Natural 20.
Fantastic. You can see coming out of the tavern is a what looks like a smaller, kind of angelic-looking woman kind of pour out of the bar and head back towards in the direction that the band is coming. You kind of see them kind of cross paths. You see a Leonin kind of guy, much taller than everyone else in town, kind of meandering, looking over at who's speaking at the fire pit. And you hear a fantastic song being sung, something that makes you feel almost at rest.
Man, here I thought I was gonna degenerate around here. I break it,
Perfect.
and then I start heading towards where I'm assuming the bar is to acquire more.
Absolutely. You are heading towards the tavern. As you approach, you see a centaur guy behind the bar kind of working the line. You see a couple individuals kind of meandering in the bar and tavern.
Hoofs. You got any more of the good stuff? Not that stuff on the stick. Glug glug.
And he puts a kind of cask right on the table. He knows your kind. He measured you as soon as you walked in.
Do you got a glass? I might have lost mine here.
And he absolutely, with his hand still above, you see a hoof kind of plop a glass onto the table.
Thanks, Hoof.
Excellent. Anything additional you want to do? Grab your drink and
Yeah,
chill?
I'm just gonna start heading towards the flames as my hair starts to flicker a little bit.
Okay, awesome. You grab your drink and you head out the bar, paying what the bartender asked. Not critically important, as people usually settle up here towards the end of the evening. We are going to zoom over towards the fire pit. And I believe we're going to get ready for our first break.
Yeah.
So we'll take a very short break, and then when we come back, we'll introduce Tailspire. I'm very excited to show you guys this platform. Cool. See you guys in a moment.
Bye, guys.
You know, like when you're sleeping and you see like the thing next to your bed and you can't look at it. That's what he's doing right now. Like, he sees you.
That was messed up. And she locks in to shoot him.
I'm going. Well, but did one of the big mean guys push her down? Can I use my vicious mockery against them to tell them to stop being mean?
You sure could use that against them.